Hey guys, what's going on? It's Andrew from AR Media. In today's video, I want to rank the Nolan Collection. Now, I've been getting a lot of comments and a lot of private messages on which is the best in the Nolan Collection and to rank them. So in this video, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So let's get to it. So as a disclaimer before I even start this, I want to say that every movie in this collection looks absolutely phenomenal. This is one of the best releases of the year as a collection. All of these movies are great movies alone. They look phenomenal and the audio quality is great on all of them. So if one is in 7th place, that does not mean I disliked it at all. All of these were fantastic transfers. I recommend all of them. I just wanted to say that before I started the video. Anyway, number 7 is The Prestige. So the reason this came in number 7 was I feel that this was a bit of a darker movie. It brought out nice shadow detail, but we didn't see the uptick in detail we did on some of the other images. So this was a 4K digital intermediate. These are all 4K digital intermediates, so I won't even really be going over that. But the increase in detail was nice, but it wasn't as much there as some of the other films. Now also, the black levels throughout I didn't find too consistent, and I found them quite milky at some points, so that's another reason I deducted a point. Number 6 has to be Batman Begins. Now this looks phenomenal, especially compared to the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray did not look well, and this is also a dark movie, relatively dark movie, a lot of shadow detail in this, and it does look phenomenal, but compared to some of the other releases, especially like The Dark Knight, it just doesn't look quite as good, but still highly recommended and great entry to the trilogy. Next up we have The Dark Knight, because The Dark Knight looks amazing. The IMAX scenes look phenomenal, and it's just such a good superhero movie. For anybody who hasn't seen it, it has the best villain, in my opinion, in any superhero movie ever. It's one of the best and most well put together superhero movies, and will keep you gripped the entire time, and the visual quality on this is amazing. Next up we have Inception, and this is my personal favorite of the collection, but that's more or less just because of the movie, but this transfer was very, very nice. Now this was one of my favorite transfers in the collection. There was just a ton of detail in some of these scenes when Ellen Page is building the landscape for the first time and just playing with the environment. Looks absolutely phenomenal. All the detail you can see on the landscape. The HDR is put to very good usage here. Just within the first 15 minutes you can see that with the explosions and that dimly lit room where Leonardo DiCaprio is dragged. All reference quality scenes here. This is definitely up next. Next up we got The Dark Knight Rises. Now this is definitely the best looking in the trilogy. Looks absolutely phenomenal. A lot of this is shot in the full screen IMAX ratios, which looks stunning. The shadow detail here is really good in those darker scenes, specifically with Batman and Anne Hathaway as Catwoman team up for the first time, and definitely made it high amongst this ranking as number 3. So number 2 we got Interstellar. Now, this movie looked absolutely phenomenal in the 4K format, and right when I got a 4K player, this was one of the movies that I was always hoping would get a 4K release. I knew it would shine on the 4K format. I knew that the IMAX aspect ratios would look stunning, and they do. The intergalactic scenes, the space scenes, the inky blacks, I mean, there is absolutely nothing to complain about here. The 35mm scenes and the 70mm scenes look absolutely fantastic, but I will say those 70mm scenes just look stunning. It's reference quality all around. The sound mix is great, and the movie is something where you're going to just keep watching it, because it's a very hard movie to digest it all at once. Every time you pick up on something new, one of my favorite movies of all time. And last but not least, in first place, we have Dunkirk. Now, this is one of the best looking 4K UHD Blu-rays I have by far. I was amazed when I got this in and gave it a watch, and that's what got me so pumped for the rest of the Nolan collection, is just that this was so good picture quality. I mean, these 70mm IMAX scenes look spectacular. Specifically, one scene where the soldier's laying in the sand and explosions are going off around him. You can literally see every single particle of sand. The HDR usage here is great. There's a lot of bright colors because it is shot mostly in the daytime. The pilot scenes are absolutely stunning. I mean, this is a great disc all around. This is reference material, and most of this is in 70mm full screen IMAX, so it's definitely a treat for the eyes. So I know everybody's not going to agree with me, and everybody's going to have their own personal opinion on these films, but I just wanted to rank them for people who may not be able to pick them all up, or just wondering my personal thoughts. Now, let me know down below your personal thoughts. Let me know your ranking down below. I know a lot of you guys picked this up. Subscribe down below for more content. Have a good day, guys.